either it's just a coincidence that I was bitten on the lip by a kissing bug, and I happen to get like dengue fever or something the next day after the bite, and all the same symptoms as Chagas, not dengue. Or I did get Chagas from a kissing bug, and the ivermectin combined with the plants that I've been using from the jungle brought the bugs down to a reasonable level. So yeah, so that's where we're at now. And then tomorrow I'm gonna go to another doctor, try to just get some more information and see, is it okay to have this level of these things in my blood? Do I need to keep taking ivermectin? I'll probably just do that, keep taking ivermectin, and drinking a lot of tea from the plants in the jungle. And yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna pop on long at all. I just wanted to say thank you to people that have supported us, and just kind of update that it's really still not clear what exactly is happening, because my Chagas antibodies were not zero. And the other narrative where, it was just a coincidence that I got bitten on the lip by a kissing bug and then got sick from something else the next day, and you know what I mean? Because technically it was a negative test, except that it wasn't zero. And you have to have been exposed to have antibodies. So the other possibility, the scary possibility, is that I have an autoimmune problem, and so my immune response isn't what it normally would be, and so that's why I don't have a lot of antibodies, but I do have Chagas. That's definitely a possibility. So just got to continue investigating tomorrow. But I feel a lot better. I haven't had the migraine in a few days, and energy levels are better, if not normal. People are like sacrificing dogs up the mountain, or what that was about. But yeah, and then so what else was there? Something significant. Oh, the plants that I was using, people have been asking. Please hit the like button, by the way, share and subscribe, and form an army. And so yeah, people have been asking what plants I've been using, and so uña de gato, which is a twisty curly liana that has cat's claws basically, and shamans say that it's like letting a jaguar go in your bloodstream and it drags out whatever's not supposed to be there. And guayusa as a base, and then uña de gato is probably the main anti-parasitical plant that I was putting in there. But there's also, guayusa ayahuasca leaves, chalipongo, which is Diplopterus cabrerena, and then there's rabo de mono, aja de monte, which is sort of a bush that people dieta and stuff to cleanse their spiritual being and to get rid of headaches and kill parasites. And then also Chirk sananga is in the tea as well, for fever, headache, general pain relief, and it's believed to kill off STDs. So some kind of antiviral. Oh man, and I almost forgot the most important of all. This is a new plant that I've only been working with for a couple of months now, because I was walking on the road and I would see these pink flowers everywhere, and this plant with like 5 sets of leaves. I don't know how to talk about it, but like 5 sets of small leaves, and I touched it and it closed up, and I was like, oh, that's a sensitive plant. So I thought that it was probably a mimosa, but I don't know why I didn't investigate further. So anyways, I eventually did, and I discovered that it contains 5-EO-DMT in medium levels, and also a whole host of antidepressive, anti-tumor, anti-fertility, aphrodisiac, did I say antidepressive, antiviral, anti-parasite, anti-inflammatory, anti-depression, it's just gangster. And so that plant is, there's an awful lot of it in my teas these days. Mice that were given, you know, they're given this terrible test where they're thrown in the water and then they see how hard they'll fight to survive. And so when given that plant, they would increase their efforts by 50%. So if you're struggling, get your hands on some Mimosa pudica. It's not toxic at all, so, you know, make the tea as strong as you can. If you're using in most cases when you're using medicinal plants, you're basically just going to want to stuff a pot full and cover it with water and make it almost undrinkable. Pudica, Pudica, I think, Mimosa pudica. It's also known as a touch-me-not or sensitive plant, but it's not the Hawaiian sensitive plant. That's something else. That one also has DMT in the roots, but it's in DMT. So this is 5-MeO DMT and throughout the plant, I think. So yeah, anticonvulsive, I forgot that one. I mean, it's a huge long list, and it's all been confirmed in the laboratory, if that's meaningful to you guys. So, but that's basically, to recap, my suspicion is that ivermectin and then this, you know, tea made from a dozen different jungle plants drove the levels down so low that I tested technically negative. It was 0.39 and a positive is 1.1. But then I was like, well, why are there any antibodies? So that's what we have to figure out now. Did I have a insufficient immune response because I have no immune system, which is definitely true. There's a chihuahua going nuts back there. Hey buddy, say hi. Anyways, yeah, so that's the deal. I gotta go because I'm about to get overrun by pit bulls and chihuahuas and shit. But again, thank you guys so much for supporting. And Jesus, that was ear piercing, man. Some of you guys will actually see in a couple months. So have a good night.